Hey, what's up? It's Adam, and I wanted to share with you some thoughts on foam rolling. First, what is foam rolling and what is it not? And let's begin with what it's not. It's not stretching. A lot of times people equate it with stretching or flexibility work. It's not. Will it ultimately help you with your flexibility? Yes. So first off, it's not flexibility. So what is it? It is what's referred to as myofascial release. And what that is put pretty simply, around each muscle there's a sheath, if you will. It's called fascia, and it's connective tissue. And this connective tissue over time hardens or constricts around the muscle, and left unattended, that encases the muscle in a way that it limits the muscle's ability to lengthen fully to its capabilities. And in doing so, when you have limited flexibility in a muscle, ultimately you'll have reduced joint mobility, and from both of those things, reduction in flexibility and lower mobility in a joint, you have reduced performance. So what myofascial release does is we roll out this fascia which surrounds the muscle, and in doing so it allows it, when you do your flexibility work, to actually become the muscle to become lengthened in a way that it can optimize the muscle's expression. So I hope that makes sense. So utilizing the foam rolling device, again, you roll out this fascia so that it loosens it and it lets up on the muscle. If we don't foam roll, it's kind of like you're trying to floor it in your car, but you have the brake on. So it's like there's a governor on the experience. You can only get so much out of the car, even though you're working hard. Same thing's true for your muscles. So I highly encourage it. So that's the basics of what it's not and then what it is. Now, having said that, when should you do it? You should do it at any time, for that matter. The cool thing about foam rolling, because it's not stretching where the muscle needs to be warm prior to doing static flexibility work, is it can be done anytime. You can do it early in the morning, you can do it late at night, you can do it in the middle of the day, prior to being warmed up. You could be watching television at night. The key thing is just to do it. Now, I want to go back real quick and say, what are the benefits going along with what foam rolling is? What are the benefits of doing foam rolling regularly? One, as I've already mentioned, you will have the potential to increase your flexibility with consistent flexibility work. So that's number one. With improved flexibility, ultimately you're going to potentially have greater strength and performance possibilities out of muscles and your body in general. So improved performance is another thing. Reduced injury potential, because again, tighter muscles, as we actively work out, tend to have a greater likelihood of causing injury or having an injury occur to the muscle. So you're going to have reduced injury potential, and in general, your body's just going to feel better. That's the cool thing about it. So those are 4 very important reasons why you should be doing foam rolling. Now, I want you to understand up front that foam rolling initially is very uncomfortable. People have said, my God, it makes me feel like I want to throw up. It's that intense. But it's telling you, it's your body saying, you need this. You need this. And it's like most things, this too shall pass. If you are consistently foam rolling, that initial off-putting feeling will dissipate. It's typically always there on some level, but not nearly as intensely as it is when you first start doing it. So the rule of thumb is, in general, however many times you're going to be doing high intensity or challenging workouts, you should be foam rolling, and how many ever times a week you're doing that. So if I'm working out 3 times a week with some intensity and focus, foam roll 3 times. If it's 5 times, 5 times. The moral of the story is the more you can do it, the better. If you only do it once a week or once a month at that, it's always going to be pretty darn uncomfortable, and it's hard to want to do. But if you can consistently do it for a period of 2 to 3 weeks, you will feel a dramatic decrease in that initial intensity. And my hope for you is then you will want to continue with it, because you will see those benefits that I mentioned without question. Now, foam rolling also has levels of density in the foam rolling. When you start out, typically you'll want to start out with something, a foam roller that's not that dense, and then you increase the density over time as your body acclimates. It's just called progressive overload or challenge, so that you're continually developing in this area. So at one level it's very soft foam roller, and the other end that people use PVC piping or like golf balls at times. Foam rollers with little knobs on them to really get deep into the muscle. So really there's something out there for everybody in the way of foam rolling. But I feel like if you can get consistent with this, one, you're going to feel better, as I mentioned. Two, you'll have the potential for greater flexibility and through that greater range of muscle in the joints, hopefully, and improved performance, greater strength gains, power gains, all of those things. So there are a lot of reasons to do it. And then I guess the only other thing about it is that when you do this, just know that you're not alone in your discomfort, right? And so many people are like, it's not glamorous, is what I guess what I'm trying to get at when you do it. And so people kind of poo-poo it or just don't want to do it. It will make a world of difference in the way you feel. Lastly, I'll just give you the idea that it initially came from rehabilitative arenas. When athletes or people in general were hurt, it was part of the protocol to get them healthy and well. And in today's culture, it's actually used prehabilitatively. Most athletes who care about their performance are including foam rolling in their routine without question, because not only do they want to improve their performance, but they also want to reduce their injury chances or likelihood. So it's a very valuable tool. Please join me. I do it every morning before boot camp, usually at the 5:50 time, 10 minutes before class. It'll go a long way towards helping you feel better and perform better. All right, that's it for now. If you have any other questions, just put them in the comments section below. Bye.